there was the approval to spend was quite regulated, and it had, from what we understand, it had to be regulated to mitigate other issues that were beyond our control. Given that, the mitigation risk plan for procurement has somewhat changed in the new environment, it has allowed us a little bit more leeway for us to engage with A, the approval process for us to sort out infrastructure, and B, the ability to engage with other partners beyond the Ministry of Health and beyond government to help us facilitate. So one of the first things, when we were walking around the Northern Division, we had some feedback about CWM also again. And one of the first things that my minister did when he came back was set up a meeting with the Board of Vistas, Dr. Luke and his team, and put forward a direction that they need to draw up a template, an SOP, on how we can regulate the engagement of partners. Partners, more importantly, partners who have a social agenda. There's no commercial agenda, because a commercial agenda would require even more regulated space. So given this mandate to them, what the team have done is that they had a meeting, and I've looked at their list. They've come up with a list of about 100 priority areas. And then what they've done is that they've disbursed this list to various partners, and now various partners are assigning themselves to do different works. So we've got IWA currently working on the toilets, in maternity and in children's. You've got Mana Coffee, Darren, he's working on deep cleaning some of our toilets. That's an example of what's happened. We are hoping to expand this partnership program to whoever wants to help, so that the only thing that we ask of our partners is that they come in and walk through a regulated space, so that what they do is coordinated with what the other partners are doing, and what they do is actually supplementing what the Ministry of Health asset team is working on. So all the various communities working together, we are hoping that that will give us a quick recovery, at least an impetus towards recovery. What we also want to do is that, looking at the template that has been developed through Dr. Luke with BOV here, we want to replicate that template to all the subdivisional hospitals and a few of our health centers, so that in the same vein we're working with the community to actually work with quick fixes. Things that do not involve major change in infrastructure, things that do not involve, decrease the protection of government asset. So we have to maintain that we protect government asset at all times. So we engage other players in the community in such a way that we still maintain protection of government asset, but we improve the asset as it moves forward. And that is a very key element of my minister's plan moving forward, at least in the medium to short term, short to medium term. Again, in the long term, we are hoping that this plan of bringing back government capability to maintain government infrastructure on a regular basis can fall through, again, a program of works. And we are hoping that that program of works, at least for health, will include the program of works that involve a PWD-like entity, and that also involves the community in their ongoing engagement. I think one of the key things that we'd like to see is that as we get community engagement in the infrastructure and in the running of facilities, we actually can change health-seeking behavior by making the place more friendly for our communities. And you know that one of the biggest challenges that we faced during the COVID-19 and even up until today is adverse health-seeking behavior, people come in late. We can see that almost all the COVID deaths that we've had so far, there's a strong element of people arriving late.
With the whole list that we are doing, we are setting up for most of the smaller things that are considered as a quick fix. We are looking at a scope of around 3 months that they will be fixed in coordination with the partners that we are working with and the Board of Vistas.
Mm.